Hey y'all, on this edition of Grilling with Granddaddy Daddy, I'm not really going to grill, but I am going to cook. I'm going to show y'all how I make what we call a low country boil or Frogmore stew. It's quick and easy. Let me show you how it's done. We're going to start with 2 pounds of shrimp, about 2 pounds of andouille sausage, 6 half ears of corn, and 1.5 pounds of petite red potatoes. And you got to have Old Bay seasoning. Okay, I don't need to do anything to the corn because they're already half ears, and I don't have to do anything to the shrimp. They're already peeled and deveined, which I wouldn't do that if they weren't already done. So all I've got to do is cut the sausage into about 1/4 inch slices. Now we've got all our sausage sliced. So there's our sliced sausage. Okay, so I'm washing my potatoes. And all I'm going to do is take these small red potatoes and I'm going to cut them in half. That's going to help them cook faster. And it's going to help get that flavor in there through the skin. So I finished cutting up my potatoes. Now, once my water comes to a boil, we're ready to start cooking. Okay, we got our water boiling. Let's go get our corn and put our corn in. Before we put our corn in, we got 2 gallons of water. So we're gonna put in 6 tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning, because that's what's gonna give us the flavor. Okay, so I added 7. So we got our Old Bay in. Now these ears are thawed, but you can do them frozen. And I'm gonna let these ears be in there for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna check them for tender, and then we'll add the potatoes. At the beginning of this video, I said I wasn't gonna be grilling. I don't know if you can see the smoke coming off the green egg over there or not, but I'm grilling, just not for this video. It's time to grill some chicken thighs for little G, our little puppy dog. Okay, so our corn's been boiling for 8 minutes. Now we're gonna add our potatoes. And we're gonna let them go for 8 minutes. And I still got this thing rolling. And when I put the potatoes in, it's gonna stop the boil, but that water's still gonna be real good and hot. So we're gonna go 8 minutes from when I'm putting these in. And at that point, we'll add our sausage. We're gonna let it sit 8 minutes. That'll get the corn and the potatoes well cooked. And you might ask, oh, well, if it's smoked sausage, why are you going to put it in that boiling water for 8 minutes? Well, the answer to that question is we want to get all that good Old Bay seasoning into that sausage. So let's let her cook. Another 8 minutes have elapsed. So now we've been cooking for 16 minutes. Now I'm going to add the sausage. You want to be careful when you start adding stuff to boiling water, because you don't want to splash up and burn yourself like what I just did. What I try to do, once the water quits rolling, the corn floats up. Just try to drop it on top of the corn and then just let it flow in from there. I've got all the sausage in, so I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons of Old Bay. Having a hard time getting a full tablespoon. There. We're calling that 2 tablespoons. All right, we let it go back to a boil. This time we're gonna check it in about 10 minutes. And when we check it this time, we're gonna check potatoes for done and corn for done, because we're not gonna add the shrimp until the potatoes and corn are done. I just finished checking the potatoes and the corn, and they're done. Just about. I wanna let them give a little bit longer. So I'm gonna put a couple more tablespoons of Old Bay seasoning in. So that's gonna bring us to around 9-ish tablespoons of Old Bay for 2.5 gallons of water and our low country boil. 11 tablespoons. It's been 30 minutes since we started our low country boil. The corn is done, the potatoes are done. We're gonna put the shrimp in. Normally I would be putting frozen shrimp in. These are thawed. Normally I would do 3 minutes after I put the shrimp in. I'm gonna do these for 2. You want to be real careful with the shrimp that you don't overcook them and make them chewy. So we're doing these shrimp for 2 minutes. Our low country boil is done. Now we take it up. Generally what you do is get a big old picnic table covered up with newspapers or butcher paper. And of course you have a lot bigger pot than this because you're feeding an army. And you have a basket in that pot, and you take that basket out of the pot and you dump it all over that picnic table. And everybody just goes and dives in. They might get something like this and scoop up what they want and put on their plate, or they might just stand around and pick at it. All depends on the style that you want. Let me have a taste of this. Let me try one of these shrimp. Piece of sausage. Man, that andouille sausage, it absorbed that Old Bay. Let me try a piece of potato. Corn I'll save for later. Corn's corn, but it's gonna have a good flavor to it too. Let's try the potato. Man, that is good. One more shrimp. Man, you can't get no better than that. You just can't. So here on a rainy Memorial Day weekend in 2023 in South Carolina, at 60 degrees outside with 15-mile-an-hour winds, we just did a low country boil. It took us 35 minutes. If you count prep time, it took maybe 45 to 55. But that all depends on how you want to do it. Now, it's awesome. It's quick and easy. What I did was that'll feed 2 of us for probably 3 meals. Or you probably could feed 4 people that weren't really hungry, or 2 or 3 people that were starving to death. But I'm gonna put the whole recipe down in the description, and I hope y'all will try it. I know I didn't grill it, but I cooked it outside and it sure is good. So until next time I see y'all at the grill, y'all keep on grilling.